Alright, what is up you beautiful people, and welcome back to another benchmarking with Phoenix. Let's get right to it. There's a new brawl coming up here. We got MERCS, we got TYCHUS HOMEBREW, and we got Aura. Okay, so Aura lets us pick up very powerful buff for our team. MERCS over here is just a bunch of, well, hybrids. So I'm going to stop them over here. So I am aware there has been a huge balance change in Direct Strike here. Phoenix here has been buffed so that he costs less. I'm going to go to tier 2 right away, and I think all his legionaries cost less. Yep, there we go. Immortals still cost the same. I think they also changed up. Carriers are still 400. Colossi are still okay. So they also changed up how much. I think you can build the heroes right off the bat now without having. Yeah, you don't have to build the actual units of the heroes. So that's some great buffs to Phoenix. And I think they changed up how. Oh, somebody's lagging here. They changed up how like Mojo works. There was a lot of buffs that came in and out. And I think like Warbringer got a little stronger in terms of how often he could use his blast. Taldarin also got really strong. So I'm probably gonna be having a video like at like 4 o'clock today, which is like I don't know 4 hours from now. Like in terms of like when this video will release. If you guys are watching like like right on release, right? Of the patch changes, I'm just gonna go over them in like a decently comprehensive manner. And yeah, okay, so let's just have a look here. So with the Stim and the hybrid, I still think it's a good idea to have Phoenix out. But the thing is, okay, I'm gonna put him on Solar Right Dragoon form. I feel like I should get Force probably to get that extra range. But I also feel like I want Fire. But the thing is, Adepts don't have a lot of range, so I feel like Force would probably be better. Because like the range is probably more advantages than the +2 damage here. Like +2 damage is only useful on like legionaries, I guess. They're decent on scouts. They're decent on adepts because I can spam lots of them. And they're not too bad on colossi. So if I'm going to be building a lot of those guys, let's see, legionaries, adepts, scouts, colossi. It's not too bad, but I feel like an 8-minute push here might be happening, though. I don't know. And fire is pretty good for carriers, I guess, but not really good for anything else. I'm gonna go with fire. I'm gonna go with fire, guys. Let's see here. So I can put down Talus over here now. That's actually really great because now I can just sort of slap down the heroes right away instead of having to wait. And then Talus here is gonna be able to just chop everything to pieces. I should probably also get down Kaldalis as well, but soon TM Kaldalis here. Get the debilitation systems. And so this thing here, I'm going to level that up later. By the way, guys, if you guys are new here to my channel and you guys enjoy Direct Strike content, well, be sure to watch this video to the end to see how this goes, and also to get the tier list at the very end of this video, which I'll be rating all the commanders and how good they are going to be this week's brawl. It looks like we're going to have a pretty fast game here because Stetman's Lings are just on the base already, and they've just been cracking this thing apart here. There is a Stealthed Nova here somewhere, so I'm going to make sure she dies here. There we go. Stealthed Nova is now gone. Sonic Projection. There we go. Adepts here with the extra attack speed is going to be hella good here. And the Adepts against Legionaries here should... Oh, actually, Legionaries managing to clean up my Adepts here pretty handily. So I'm going to put down an Observer over here. There we go. There we go. I kind of just want to go for some Colossi right now. I feel like there's like 2 ways you can play this brawl. You can play this brawl hyper aggressive, like what I'm doing right now. And I feel like you can play this brawl very laid back or very like sort of scaling, but I feel like you need to have a balance. So your team either has to know how to push forward and just sort of hold the ground right now, because I think our opponents here are trying to scale, but my team is just trying to like destroy everything. Like I think Stetman got a massive buff as well, like a very massive buff against like Arkanis for sure. Let's see. Oh, he put out a hybrid here to try and just get some stuff done here. Let's see. I think I just want to get a tier 3 so I can get some access to Colossi, because Colossi will be very instrumental in our victory over here. Let's see. Void Rays are actually horrendous, I think, against Adepts. Very poor choice here. And also not really that great of a choice against that, but he's still going to beat me out here because I just don't have enough units out on the field. That's a lot of Legionaries. Yeah, I'm gonna need that tier 3 real quick. I'm gonna need some Colossi here. To help us do some zap action, vaporization. I don't even know. I feel like because the Legionaries, now that they have they cost less, they are potentially very powerful. Maybe I can just get Kaldalis here. I don't know. We'll see how this goes here. Because the glaive cannon here is gonna do so much damage. It should shred all these light units here, but I don't know. I'm gonna go for an 8-minute push here, 8-minute timing push. You guys already know when there's a hybrid brawl, timing push is very, very strong here. Ooh, and that's a big monster here. This guy summoned a hybrid behemoth over here, constricting slime. There we go. Hopefully Nova doesn't take out the detector here. That is a lot of void rays, by the way. I'm gonna get Phoenix here to just blast over here. There we go. Phoenix with the phaser disruptors. Upgrade complete. I'm gonna try and get out Warbringer here. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna need some more anti-air here. And let's see. I don't think I need the Colossi here. I think I just need more. I need more adepts here, I think. So let's just put down a big line of adepts. Probably should get some conservators over here. So I'll put a conservator over here. And I can put a conservator kind of over here. Maybe I can space them out a little bit more. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go for a gas now. It's 6 minutes. I should probably get a second gas at this point. I don't know. I mean, yeah, my eyes are double gassing, triple gassing. Yeah, so it looks like the game's gonna go on for a little longer here. So I'm gonna go for another gas here, and we shall see what happens here. Oh my God! Look at that! Look at that damage over here. Oh my God! Just beaming it down. Oh my goodness. Woo! Those hybrids just slapping the base to pieces here. And let's see. Uh-oh. Adepts here. Are they going to be able to do it? Is that going to be enough? Purifier armaments here. Boom. Okay, at least we took that out. Okay, I'm not able to beat this Phoenix Wave here because he just has so many small units here. That's the real question. That's the real problem here. Cybro suits here. Maybe I'll just do the patch notes after this video. I don't know. No, I'm gonna do it. I feel like I should patch notes to serve a dedicated video, so I'm gonna do a dedicated patch notes video. Here. I don't know. I could probably get some scouts. I feel like some of you guys are like just telling me to get scouts right now. Stop being dumb. I don't understand why I have to reboot after I get select this, just to make it run like normal again. Okay, there we go. Firstborn shall persevere. Optimize emitters. I will get that so that my protection fields will last a bit longer. Stetman has just gone exclusively Lings here. What is Stetman's Lings attacking? Oh God, that's not optimized emitters. Oh man, In Flames over here catching me at this hour. This is a very, very late hour, at least for me. Probably very early hour for In Flames actually. Probably the morning actually for In Flames. I am able to beat off these Void Rays, but unfortunately that is so many units here. I probably won't be able to beat off with Phoenix here. Yeah, there's so many units here. Okay, so I feel like I should put down some Colossi in the back here, but I don't even know if I want to have a Colossi here. We'll see. Well, I'm going to put this one Colossi down here because, reasons? I'm going to yo. Okay. It's actually timing push time. Okay. I'm going to let this wave pass, and then I'm going to put down the hybrid. Let's go. Okay, there we go. The wave is passing. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, upgrade weapons, There we go. Actually, don't have too much energy here. I'm gonna get some more energy. Okay, Borzun's finally got a little black hole here. Unfortunately, though, I think. Let's see. Oh, there we go. And then let's see, my Colossi here. Ooh, Colossi actually going down real quick here. Up for a game. Probably not for this one, actually. Unfortunately, I think I'm just gonna, because it's really late for me right now. I'm filming this, and then I'm probably gonna go to bed. Maybe later today. Sorry. I'm usually down, but it's a very late where I am right now. It's like 4 a.m. in the morning, but I'm filming this right now because I had a bit of coffee. And yeah, sleeping has not been on the menu, I guess. All right, so I'm gonna see how this Colossi performs here. Probably get extended thermal lance over here. Oh, we got a GG coming out here. Oh, that's the Stetman Zerglings here. They're just zerging down the base. They are. Oh, oh my God. Did you know? Let's see. Boom. Okay. I don't think I have nearly enough units here. Boom. Oh, actually, the Colossi actually was instrumental to my victory here. Benchmark day. Oh man, Inflames knows me so well here. Let me see if I can launch a... Oh my god, Hollow Decoy's coming out here. Kaldalis is actually a beast. Look at that. He's gonna win. He's gonna win the game here. Oh, he's not. Oh man, Kaldalis.
Break it down.
Okay, so I'm gonna put down another Colossi here. There we go, Colossi here. I'm gonna get... Oh, never mind. We didn't need another Colossi here. So Purification, like, oh my god. I need to have a big, long video talking about all the changes here. I'll probably have to do it tomorrow in the morning. Yeah, let's have a look here. 96 kills, 40k damage. Ooh, I actually dealt the most damage, even though it didn't feel like it. I mean, I guess I just completely devoured this Vorazun wave. Vorazun with the Void Rays is not really a good idea because they don't really benefit too much from the stim pack that you get. And, I don't know. I mean, this wave is really powerful. I definitely felt how strong this wave was. And I don't know about the Nova wave here. Honestly, I feel like Nova should have done something different. That being said, I mean, against... I don't know, I feel like Hellbat Rangers would have been very good against this. Oh, actually, no, the Lings take less damage, though. That's actually interesting. Maybe. I don't know, because Hellbat Rangers stunned, too. 19k mineral value killed. I'm guessing those are all the Void Rays I took down. I feel like those are all the Void Rays I took down. Man, alright, okay, so let's go on to the tier list right now. Alright, and we are back. Let's get right to it. So, if you guys just happen to skip the gameplay for some odd reason, game plan here is we're going to talk about the auras, we're going to talk about the overall strategy, and we're going to talk about the commander rankings. And be sure to drop a like and sub to keep up with this content, more weekly Brawl tier lists, as well as commander guides. Let's get right to it. So, Brawl modifiers are, of course, we have the MERCS. You gain access to some powerful one-time use hybrid. You also have TYCHUS Homebrew, which makes all your units have a very powerful stim permanently, and you also have health regen permanently. And then you also have aura, which you can just pick a powerful buff for your team, randomly select between 3 different ones. And so you're just going to have a lot of juiced up units. So I think the strategy for this week is play for the 8-minute power push, like 8-minute just sort of hybrid power push. Late game is probably going to be unlikely for this week because of how powerful your units are going to be. And so based on that, you want to play commanders that have a lot of strong early game pressure and power potential. So here is what I think this week's setup is going to look like. So I have Raynor here in the S tier because I think Raynor's early game, like tier 1 and tier 2, are very, very powerful. So you can just stay tier 1 and just go pure Raynor buyout if you want. Or you can go tier 2 and go Raynor tanks, and you can spam like a lot of those. And because they have stim and they fast siege, it doesn't really matter that you don't really have a front line. They can still smash a lot of stuff. And you can also go Sky Raynor with just a bunch of Banshees to dominate. With the baby Banshees, they have 8 range if they're stealthed, so they will outrange the cannons, and they also have stim, so they will shred through buildings really quickly. So I think Raynor's definitely going to be very powerful this week. Next, we have Minx. So Minx is also going to be very powerful because he's going to have access to his Aegis Guard as well as his boys and his Lings, and you just build a lot of those guys, and you just stay tier 1, and you just swarm your opponent down. Nice and classic strategy. Speaking about swarming, we also have Stukov here, and I think Stukov you can go with a powerful Marine strategy where you just sort of spam Marines. If you get the life aura, Stukov is very, very powerful. You can just go pure Marines, civilians, and yeah, you can just overrun your opponents in sheer numbers, and you can couple that with some hybrid at the 8-minute push, and you will absolutely overrun your opponents. Next, we actually have Phoenix here, because I observed those Legionaries last game, or like the game we just saw, and I think the Legionaries are actually very powerful, and I think the Adepts at 100 minerals are actually insanely good. And based on the auras you get, Phoenix can be very, very powerful this week. You can probably just stay tier 1. I mean, you could go tier 2 to get Phoenix as well. I think that's probably a good idea. But you can hold off a lot of waves like that. That being said, though, your opponents will have AoE for you at that time, but I think you should be able to manage. Next, we have Karax here. So Karax here is actually in the A tier this week. For those of you who are watching quite often, you probably will be surprised because usually I slap Karax in the D tier. I think Karax is in the A tier this week because Karax has Sentinels, and when they're stimmed up, they're actually not too bad in terms of as a DPS unit, and you can just buy lots and lots and lots of them. But that's like probably the only thing I can foresee Karax doing, just having lots of Sentinels. Because, I mean, you could push for tier 3 and go for your Purifier Colossi as well. Maybe have 1 or 2 before you reach 8 minutes. You might be able to use that, but you will definitely be very vulnerable to air. But I feel like your Sentinel pressure on the ground will be so big that it cannot be ignored by your opponents. So your opponents will have to do something about it. Next, we have Abathur in the 8, because I think Abathur's ground power with the roaches and the queens are still very viable. And I think this week with the Swarm host, it's a little less viable, but if you get like water or like just some sort of cooldown aura, your Swarm host could potentially stall out a game. I don't have much faith in it though. I'm pretty sure just like tier 1 Abathur is just quite strong, because you can negate your opponent's stim pack by having your roaches vomit on the unit and then they lose attack speed. So I think Abathur's still quite strong. You just go roach queen, like just lots of roaches, lots of queens, and you can just stick with that. I think it's going to be pretty good. Next up we have TYCHUS. So TYCHUS here, yes, he will be taking more damage from his enemies, but he will also be dishing out more damage, and TYCHUS is really good against small units, and you'll probably be seeing lots and lots of small units this week, because your opponents will probably be trying to push early game. If they're not trying to push early game, well, you're TYCHUS, so you dominate the early game, so you're just going to have a pretty good time anyways, regardless. Next up, we have Kerrigan. So Kerrigan, I think Kerrigan the hero is going to be very, very powerful with the homebrew, as well as the like the health regen and the aura. And Kerrigan's units, you can spam a lot of Lings, and you can spam a lot of Hydras as well. And Hydras with the homebrew makes them absolutely insane in terms of how much damage you can do. That being said, it is vulnerable to AoE, and so if you are a commander with AoE, you will have a great time against Kerrigan up until she gets ultras, I think. But then, Kerrigan's going to try and end the game as soon as possible, and so if you have those Hydras all cracked out, I'm pretty sure you can end the game quite early. Next, we have, on the B tier, we have Dahaka. So, small Dahaka is quite powerful, very much so augmented if you get life, aura, for example, or if you get fire, just more damage being dealt. Dahaka himself is quite tanky. Having the little stim on him doesn't really make a big difference, and I don't really foresee Dahaka building much big units this week. However, the game state could stall out, so you never know, right? But for the most part, I think Dahaka's not too bad, but he's not like too great. So he's like in the middle ground. He's like a perfect middle ground. Next we have Vorazun. So usually Vorazun's not too bad with the aura brawl, because if you get a cooldown aura, your stalkers can regenerate. There's shields and stuff, and I think you also have new abilities with Vorazun. So I think you can like put a dark pylon on it, so like it's permanently stealthed or something like that. And like you have shadow guards. I don't know if shadow guards are units that you can build or units you can summon. So I'll have to have a look into that, because I have yet to actually play through all of the commanders and the new buffs. So I'm gonna have to, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, like make a cool video on it, but I'll do something cool for sure. And Vorazun I think is gonna be okay, but I don't think she's gonna be busted this week because of just how aggressive the enemy commanders are gonna be. I don't think her stalkers will be able to regen fast enough. Maybe I'm wrong. Alarak here is in the B for a similar reason. Alarak Slayers are quite good, but they also are not gonna be able to tank as well as they were used to be able to, because everything just hits so much faster. That being said, though, Alarak might actually not be too bad with the Vanguards being stimmed up, and the only downside is that Alarak himself will die faster, so that might be a little disadvantage, but it might also be good because Alarak is going to be going into lots of small units, so we'll have to see. Stetman here is in the B tier. The Stetman that we just played with ran just pure Lings, and I think that strategy actually looked really, really strong, actually, because he had the Ego Energy Efficient Barrier, I think, and so that made it so the Lings just took so much more damage to kill. And now Stetman units can't get feedbacked by Arkanis either, so he's actually very, very powerful now. I could probably just run Banelings, but I feel like running Banelings might actually be a waste this week. It might actually be a waste this week. We'll have to see. But Stetman looks quite promising. If anything, you can always rely on the good old Hydralisk and Gary combination to go for. But we'll see. Against like small units, Banelings are quite good, so maybe Stetman could be potentially higher, but I don't know. We'll have a look. Next in the C tier, we have Haunted Horror. So Haunted Horror is here because if you want to go small units on Haunted Horror, all you got is like Reapers, which is okay, and then you got Hellions, which is pretty good. It's not too bad with their tar bombs. So once they use their tar bombs, they're kind of just sitting ducks because they don't actually do a lot of damage. And Hellbats don't really do a lot of damage either. And it's usually your tier 2 units that actually do damage, so you'll probably be wanting like Deimos Vikings or Steer Raids, but those cost quite a bit, and I don't think you can get out enough of them in time. You might be able to get out like 3 or 4 or 5 by like the 4 or 5 minute mark, but I don't know if that's enough. That's the only thing I'm skeptical about. So you might be leaking, you might be losing cannon, and so it might be a little hard to get started. But I think once you do get started with Hanahorna this week, you will actually be unstoppable. But that is if you get started. Next up, we have Nova here. So this is probably one of the lowest tiers I've placed Nova. I think Nova has great potential usually every week, but I think this week, I don't know, her units are expensive, and because she doesn't have as many of them, she's not going to take advantage of the stim pack as much, while her opponents are going to be taking advantage of the stim pack much more, as well as the aura. That being said, you can always build Nova Bio, or just specifically just spam Marines, but that doesn't really transition too well into late game, so it's not really that great. But I guess everything's situational at the end of the day. But just looking at the Nova aggro strategy, I feel like Nova Bio aggro is outmatched by most of the other aggro commanders. She can probably act as the team tank or stall by building Hellbat Rangers, and I don't know, maybe Covert Banshees might be pretty good with their AoE and cooldown to kill off ground units. But we'll see. I think Nova's not going to be the most aggressive this week. And in the C, we also have Arkanis. So Arkanis doesn't really have a lot of units that shoot fast and do lots of damage. His wave is more focused on tankiness, but tankiness isn't really that great when your opponents do a lot more damage to you. So Arkanis is going to struggle a little bit. His best anti-ground, he has 2 really good anti-ground units, the Archon and the Reaver, but the Archon runs on energy and only does up to 80 damage in the Psystorm, and it's probably going to get melted really fast, and the Reaver is going to run out of ammo really fast. So I feel like Arkanis is going to be in a little bit of trouble this week. So that's why he's in the C tier. And then finally, we have Swan and Zagara. So Swan, safe to say, self-explanatory. His tier 1 is going to get outgunned by literally every one of those S tier commanders. Like Goliaths get slaughtered by Legionaries, Marines, Aegis Guards. They don't stand a chance. And Hellbats they don't really do much damage either. Right, they have to walk up. And then next thing that Swan has going for them might be Science Vessels. But honestly, Science Vessels irradiate only will get you so far, I think, this week. I don't know, because the units will be moving super fast, so they might just outrun Irradiate, or they'll run past each other, and then I don't know. I guess if you have enough science vessels, that could work. But then if your opponents are going for a mechanical build, such as Karax and Phoenix, you can't irradiate those things, so that'll be a little problematic. And Swan really also kind of has the Artanis issue where he needs a very tanky multi-layered wave, and it takes a long time to get there, so he's definitely going to be disadvantaged. Zagara is just about ab counts, and ab counts is just you just want to have as many abs as possible, but I just need to hit tier 3, and if you're hitting tier 3, it means you're not spending money on units. If you're not spending money on units, it means you're most likely getting overrun. So Zagara's going to have a rough start, but if you manage to start her off this week, she'll probably be one of the most powerful commanders this week, if you can start her off right. But that's just a matter of surviving the first, I would say 10 minutes, and once you survive that, you should be good, fine and dandy. So, anyways, guys, that is the tier list for this week's Brawl. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to be doing a overview of the patch notes after this as well. Not in this video, but in a different video, so be sure to go check that one out. I might link it in the cards. I might pop it as a suggestion. We'll see what happens. I'll try to link it as a card, so you guys go check it out. And let me know what your thoughts of this week's Brawl tier list. Did I get any? Do you think I overrated some commanders, underrated some commanders? Do let me know what your thoughts are. And yeah, I also forgot, Karax is in the A tier, because if you go for an 8-minute push, he's going to have that beam, and you can triple Karax, triple beam, and just completely slaughter those waves. Bam, I need to get that one in there. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.